On this date, March 23rd, 2021, Correctional Officer Robert Levi McFarland and Nurse Lorena Schulet were assaulted and beaten to death by two inmates in the Anamosa State Penitentiary Infirmary during an escape attempt. The inmates had developed a ruse to gain access to the infirmary by claiming to be there as part of the prison repair program. Once inside, they attacked Officer McFarland and Nurse Schulet with hammers, inflicting fatal skull fractures on both. Another inmate inside the infirmary attempted to protect Officer McFarland and Nurse Schulet, but was also attacked and suffered a skull fracture. The two inmates then attempted to use a grinder to break through the exterior window and protective bars, but were unsuccessful. They briefly took another nurse hostage before fleeing back into the prison, where they were subdued. The two inmates had been serving lengthy sentences for robbery convictions. Both were subsequently charged with first-degree murder, attempted murder, and abduction. Both inmates were sentenced to life in prison for the two murders. Nurse Schulet was in a position that gave her primary responsibility for the custody and security of convicted criminal offenders. She had served with the Iowa Department of Corrections for 14 years. She is survived by her parents, two sisters, and a brother. Officer McFarland had served with the Iowa Department of Corrections for 13 years and also served with the Eli Volunteer Fire Department. He's survived by his wife, three sons, mother, two sisters, and brother. Also on this date in 1966, Officer Marvin Lee Stalker of the Metro PD in D.C. was shot and killed while attempting to arrest a robbery suspect who had just robbed nearly $30,000 from a department store. During the manhunt, Officer Stalker and two detectives located the suspect in the 400 block of Hamilton Street Northwest. The man ran into a house and took an elderly couple hostage. The man, who was hiding under the porch, opened fire as the officers approached. The officer was shot in the chest. The subject later committed suicide in the home by cutting his own throat. Officer Stalker had served with the Metro PD for only 8 months. He is survived by his wife and child. Also on this date, in 1927, policeman John Volberg Wicks of the LAPD succumbed to gunshot wounds sustained the previous day at 1305 Emden Street in Wilmington. He had responded to a domestic disturbance call in which a man had assaulted his wife and son. When he arrived at the scene, the man shot him twice in the abdomen, despite being mortally wounded. Policeman Wicks returned fire and killed the suspect. Policeman Wicks was transported to White Memorial Hospital, where he passed away the following day. Policeman Wicks was a United States Navy Reserve World War I veteran and had served with the LAPD for 3 years. He was survived by his wife and parents. May all continue to rest in peace.